Hello, my name is Paul Woolley and I'm the CEO here at LICC. This is a significant time for us missionally and I'm delighted to share some exciting news. We're announcing a merger with the Centre for Cultural Witness, the team behind the Seen and Unseen website and the Re-Enchanting podcast. At the same time, Leadership College London, which is dedicated to forming distinctive Christian leaders across every sphere of society, will be joining LICC as well. What does this mean? It means that the work of these organisations, along with their outstanding teams, will become part of LICC. Together, we'll be able to offer an even stronger, more integrated contribution in the culture, work and leadership space. Graham Tomlin is the Director for the Centre for Cultural Witness. Graham, what was it about the possibility of merging with LICC that was exciting for you?
Yeah, thanks, Paul. Well, we spent the last 3 years or so building up Seen and Unseen and the podcasts that are part of it as a way of drawing on the riches of the Christian faith to interpret what's going on in our contemporary culture. And it's been really exciting to see the way that's grown and spread in reach over those last 3 years. But I guess I'm a great believer in that if you're going to do something, find some good people to do it with. And if you can find good partnerships, why would you not enter into those kind of partnerships to strengthen what we do? And so obviously you and I had some conversations about this. And I think there were two things in particular that drew me to feel that LICC was really the right way forward for us, and the partnership was a good thing. One was, I think, the convergence of vision and mission between us. I still remember back in the day when LICC was set up by John Stott and others with that vision, a very exciting vision at the time of relating faith to culture, helping Christians to relate their own faith to what was going on in the culture around. And I've always felt that's very close to the heart of what we were trying to do at Seen and Unseen. And so a real sense that what we were trying to do with whole life discipleship that you do in LICC, with our work in seeking to relate faith to culture, really fitted well together, that what you were trying to do, what we were trying to do, had a real sense of convergence. But I think also there was a sense that we could both bring something to each other that maybe the other didn't have, or at least that could really strengthen each other. So hopefully we can bring some of the freshness and energy of a new startup and all the work we've been doing in faith and culture. You can bring to us the experience of being around in this space for quite some time, and all the infrastructure that you bring to give Seen and Unseen and all that we do a stronger kind of basis from which to work, which will hopefully extend the reach of what we've done, strengthen what you do as well. And so together we can do so much more than we could do apart.
Yeah, I think we had a real sense, didn't we, that the contribution of both organisations coming together could be, that's our prayer anyway, would be greater than the sum of the parts, and that together we could really extend our reach and impact, not least in this cultural moment, which, as we've said, is significant. Karen, you are the chair of trustees for LICC. The same question to you, really. What was it about Centre for Cultural Witness and the opportunity to merge that was so appealing for you?
Thank you, Paul. Well, firstly, we're delighted that we are merging. I think individually and as a ministry, we hugely respect and admire CCW. Seen and Unseen, I think particularly bringing deeply thoughtful and accessible Christian perspective on society, culture, and all of life. And as you've said, Graham, helping people understand their culture and their context is at the DNA of LICC. John Stott, 43 years ago, talked about double listening to the world and listening to the word. And through Elaine Storkey and Mark Green, and now Paul leading the Institute, we have sought to equip people to be able to relate their faith into all areas of their life. So it seems like an incredible opportunity to develop some synergy between the two of us and to sort of all of us together, sort of, I guess, work in the space of applying our faith to all of life.
Yeah, exciting prospect. Belle, you are part of the team that's joining LICC. What excites you about the possibilities ahead? What are you looking forward to?
Yes. As Graham has already said, I think collaboration is always a good and exciting idea. I'll never not be thrilled at new partnerships. I think that double listening phrase is a really interesting one. In regards to our collaboration in particular, we sort of have different audiences, you may say, but we're doing the same thing. We're doing that double listening. We're just kind of doing it from different angles. And so us coming together, we're perfectly positioned to do this translating work together. What are the stories that culture is telling about Christianity? What are the questions it has for us? What are the stories that we sort of within the church are telling about culture? What are the questions we have for them? Together, we're perfectly positioned to do that translation work, to be culturally literate, and to work out how do we tell a story that transcends all of time and place and tell it in a way that speaks into this specific time and this specific place. To read this cultural moment and then speak into it, and to remind ourselves as the church that we are commissioned to do this, that we are designed to do this, that we're tasked to do this. So what excites me is that we have been having a go at doing this ourselves, but combined with LICC, it's about just unleashing that commission, unleashing that commission, so that we all are confident in doing this double listening, this cultural literacy that is in both of our DNA.
Yeah, the exciting thing from our end is that obviously we're committed to double listening, and that's remained such a core part of who we are. But as we've looked out into the cultural scene, one of the groups that we've seen doing that so well, modelling that so well to the church, has been Centre for Cultural Witness and Seen and Unseen and the Re-Enchanting podcast. And so our hope is that more within the church will be able to see that modelled, which in turn inspires and equip them to engage in cultural witness in the everyday spaces and places that they live and work. So that's our hope as you join the team and as we seek to do more of this sort of stuff together. What's your sense of the missional moment in terms of the opportunity that presents us with?
Oh, it's a great missional moment, a wonderful missional moment. We think a lot about like the 1940s, and people speak to us a lot about C.S. Lewis. He was this figure who was able to cut through the noise and tell this ancient, timeless story in a way that felt as if it was written for the moment he was in. And so we've had said to us, or you know, in the conversation, we need a C.S. Lewis for this moment, to which Graham has said, no, I think we need 100. I think we need 1,000. I think we need to be commissioning everybody with that creativity and that confidence to be telling this timeless story as if it was written for the person in front of us right at that moment. And so I think that's the missional moment, that's the opportunity, that's the dream and the vision, and it's a very exciting moment with which to be dreaming about that.
Yeah, thousands of C.S. Lewis's seems a very exciting prospect.
I think so.
And particularly in the digital space, that seems
Yes.
more necessary because of the multitude of platforms and the scale of the task, but also the extent of the audience, which
Absolutely.
is so exciting. Now, in addition to Centre for Cultural Witness joining LICC, Leadership College London will be doing that. They run 2 very significant courses that are all about trying to equip people to be distinctive leaders across every sphere of society, in the workplace and elsewhere. Karen, what excites you about that prospect, the prospect of Leadership College London being part and parcel of LICC?
Thank you. Well, I think it actually goes to Belle's point about how do we help create many people who have got that literacy, and particularly in leadership roles where people have responsibility, they lead other people, they are likely to be helping shape the future of organisations, institutions, and so on, and to lead people, and being able to lead into the future with godly character, being able to navigate the context that they find themselves in is not, is a significant thing, and people need to be equipped, and they need, I think, to be encouraged and to be given confidence that our faith has got the answers and a huge amount to say.
And the Distinctive Leadership course and the executive programme currently that's run at Leadership College London, that then strengthens our own course offering, not least with Executive Toolbox. But Graham, you bring a course that will become part and parcel of that stream of activity as well. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, this is our Communicating Faith in Public course. It used to be called our Emerging Leaders course. And the idea of that is to try to identify young Christians who have a calling to witness in public, to write, to present, and to try to both give them the skills to develop their talents as writers, but also to give them opportunities to publish not just with us on Seen and Unseen, but also in some of the major public secular broadsheets and websites as well. So that course will be becoming part of LICC. We'll be running it from the new year so that people will be able to access that course. And the idea is that it will, again, generate precisely what Belle's been talking about, new people who find their voice in public as a kind of confident Christian witness, which is bringing, again, that wisdom of Christian faith to bear on trying to make sense of what's happening in our culture and to speak a thoughtful, intelligent Christian witness into public space.
And Karen, as you look forward, as you imagine the world in 10 years' time, in 20 years' time, what would you hope and pray is the impact of what we've been announcing here?
Thank you. Gosh, what a great question. I guess LICC's vision is to see the whole of society flourishing for the glory of God through whole life disciples. And there's something about imagining those 1,000 C.S. Lewis's and multiplied many times over, but people with faith feeling confident that their faith is speaking into the current context, that they are able to make sense of it, and they are able to to navigate life well in every sphere of life that might bless society. And the prospect of that being multiplied through these partnerships, I find really exciting. That, we have a confident Christian witness of many people in every place understanding the calling that they have there to love and honour God and to enable society and life to thrive.
Belle, we've referenced this cultural moment quite a bit. Talk to us a little bit about that and the significance of it and what is often referred to as the quiet revival.
Yeah. The Quiet Revival has a plethora of amazing pieces of data and headlines, all of which just point towards the fact that this is an exciting moment. But I think the thing about the Quiet Revival is we need to see it as a story of opportunity, not as victory. This is a moment of opportunity, not victory. And so we have the opportunity now with a softening towards spirituality and religion and Jesus, which is the story we tell. He's the person we point to. We have an opportunity to be whole life disciples, right? Day in, day out, to be living witnesses, to be pointing people to him with our words and with our work and with our lives. And so this is a particular moment where the task to do that is an incredibly exciting one.
Yeah, and it's humbling as well, isn't it? There's a sense of responsibility on us. And I guess what we're seeing is not only a growth in spiritual interest and curiosity, but also a growing appetite within the church for whole life disciple making. How can we inspire and equip people to be authentic disciples of Jesus, whoever they are, wherever God has placed them, and do some of the work of cultural witness, which Seen and Unseen and Re-enchanting so powerfully models to us.
Yes, absolutely. So that wherever you find yourself and whatever you find yourself doing, knowing that God has something to say into that moment, into that place, to the person before you, is a wonderful thing, is a dignifying thing, that no one is disqualified from that, no one is exempt. It's all of our task, it's all of our commission, and that's what we're all for in our different ways. So like I say, it's been amazing for us to have a go at doing it, but I'm so excited about equipping others to do so in their everyday contexts.
This is an exciting time organisationally, and even more importantly, it's an exciting time culturally, both for the culture and the wider church. And we feel privileged to be taking on responsibility for the Centre for Cultural Witness and Leadership College London Our hope and prayer is that our combined strength will enable us to extend our reach and impact in ways that are life-giving across church and culture, that this will be a gift to the church and wider society. There are 3 ways in which you can support this work. The first is, please pray for us at this time and pray for what's happening in our culture. Secondly, please use our content and share our content with those that you know. And thirdly, if you feel able to do so, we would love you to contribute to this cause financially. We can't do any of the work that we've described without your support, and we're so grateful for it. But for now, from us all here at LICC, thank you and goodbye.